They study black people every single 3 years.
Wow.
And they did a deep dive and said that the average men that look like us, 52% of them will make less than $38,000.
Wow.
How do you feel making $100,000 a month as a black man today?
Life insurance is one of the best ways to protect what matters most and help you create generational wealth to pass on to your families. You see, but here's the thing. According to LIMRA, 31% of black people believe that life insurance is only for final expenses. But in reality, life insurance can do so much more than just take care of your final expenses and medical bills. If you have children, it can help pay for their college. If you are a homeowner, it can help pay for the mortgage. The problem is, life insurance used to be very confusing, expensive, and time-consuming, but not anymore. You see, my friends over at Ethos have it nailed down. You can get a free quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and even get same-day coverage like myself. You can do it all on your own time, completely online. Most people, like myself, it took me maybe 10 minutes to get a quote. But they also have a full-time staff of helpful experts available for any questions you may have. And check this out. They are non-commissioned, so they don't care what you buy. They just want to help you protect yourself and your family. Head over to anthonyoneal.com/ethos for a free quote today. That's anthonyoneal.com/ethos. Let's get to today's show.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
So last year, a recent study came out and said that nearly 52% of black men will make less than, pay attention to me, will make less than $38,000 in 1 year. The average person in America will make on average between $40,000 to $45,000 a year. That's black, white, Hispanic, you name it. And I don't like that. And today's show, I'm really pumped because there's this young man that I've been following for about a good 2 years now, man. And y'all see me wear this sweater at least once a month on my show because I believe in supporting other black men, helping them rise, helping them move forward, and celebrating what they're doing. And today's guest doesn't make $38,000 a year. He makes that probably in a week. And I really want you to tune in and get your notepad, get your paper, get your notes. As a matter of fact, CJ, can you hand me my iPad, please? Because I'm going to take some notes. Because when you have a man like this in front of you, even successful people know, I need a pen too. Even successful people know to pull out the iPad and to take notes. So I'm going to be taking notes because today, man, we have my guy in the building today who's going to teach us how to go from making $30,000 a year to making $100,000 a month, how to really fine tune your leadership skills, how to communicate correctly, and really how to be a baller as a black man. Yo, can y'all welcome to the table, man, for the first time, man, my boy Justin. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, bro.
Listen here, man. I'm getting my iPad out because I really do want to take notes.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been watching your journey for a minute, man,
Yeah.
and I want to dive straight in. You
Okay.
know, you went from making, I think, when we first talked. About 4 or 5 years ago, you was making $150,000 a year.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not a lot, right? And the average person in America today is making $40,000 to $45,000. But then let's go deep because we got two black men here who are making great money.
Correct.
The average black man, 52% of black men will make about $38,000. I want to make sure I say this study because, and I'm going to link this study for you all in the show notes because I want y'all to know I'm not capping. All right. This is the McKinsey & Company. It's called The Economic State of Black America, What Is and What Could Be. They study black people every single 3 years.
Wow.
And they did a deep dive and said that the average men that look like us, 52% of them will make less than $38,000.
Wow.
How do you feel making $100,000 a month as a black man today?
You know what? It's a responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, I realize, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
No question about it. But then it's a responsibility because most of the people that you grew up with, your family, they don't make probably anything close to that. And
Nope.
so it's a dynamic of okay, I have to save, have to put money aside.
Right.
I've got to invest. But then you try to do the best you can for the people that are around you at the same time. But overall, it's a great feeling. You know,
it's a great feeling.
You can, pretty much do whatever you want to do for the most part within reason. So,
yeah. So I know the people watching this right now saying, all right, cool. This dude makes $100,000 a month. I mean, what is he doing? Selling weed? Like, what is he doing?
Ironically, that's actually how the shirt design came out.
For this one right here?
Right there. Because I would be in Atlanta and I would get out my car or whatever and people were like, oh my God, do you rap? I'm like, no.
No, I'm not a rapper.
And they'd be like, do you play ball? Are you a ball player? Because I'm 6'5".
Right.
You play ball, football? No, I don't. And then the other thing, they probably think you're a drug dealer. So I literally said, you know what? I'm going to just make a T-shirt that just answers the questions before you even ask me. No, I don't rap. No, I'm not an athlete.
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur. And that's really how that whole design came.
Yeah.
But now what I do is network marketing. It's probably like it's an interesting world. But I want to say this first because I love what you've been doing too. I know you said some great things about me, bro, but I love it, man. You don't see very often. I don't think outside of you I see any brothers really talking about like I would say the unpopular side of money management, which is saving, investing, the slow route, taking time.
Yeah.
But that's how most success is really built.
Absolutely.
And so the challenge for a lot of people is they're trying to have the stories of like quantum growth and all that kind of stuff, not realizing it's the slow route that happens. So I just want to say shout out to you, bro.
Oh man, no, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Real talk. And you all have been asking me like, where are you getting this from? And I didn't want to say nothing until I had him at the table. This is the founder of this right here. I rock it at least once a month on my show. And here's why, bro, because it's oftentimes celebrating our community that if you really want to be successful, if you really want to drive the Bentleys and Lamborghinis and live in, the 2-3 homes, you either got to be an athlete or a rapper or someone famous.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just be a young man or a young woman who has an entrepreneur heart, who loves serving people and make good money serving people.
Right.
And I'm like, this is why I connected to this. I saw this and I was like, yo, he's on the gold here. And listen, y'all, I slid in his DM. I said, yo, bro, I need to get one. I didn't ask him for a discount. I didn't ask him for nothing free. I purchased it. Now's the first time me and you even talked.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? Then I purchased like more. I was like, yo, bro, I like that one. Send me that one too. I just got some free stuff maybe about a week ago.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, what I love about this is black men, we don't have to be just rappers and athletes.
Yeah, we don't have to.
You know what I'm saying? And you found your niche in building success. And so at the table, we keep it real, we keep it relevant, we keep it relatable. You know that. My people don't like network marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in network marketing. I believe that there are some network marketing companies that are solid. Yeah. And then there's some that's just trash. I think sometimes if you get with a solid company, then, the upline is right and they take care of the people, but then the trash companies is two or three people at the top are making money. Everyone else is trash.
Correct.
For someone who's in it and someone who's very successful in it.
Right.
Because I know your upline, David Amante, and David will be on the show, and he is one of my most favorite people on the planet Earth.
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? The dude has a heart for people, Break down why you're in network marketing.
So I started there.
Okay.
So when I went to high school and I was going to go to school for business.
Okay.
And all the professors that I ran into didn't own a business. So I was like, my parents took me around a couple colleges and they're like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, you didn't hear the guy say he don't even own a business? Like, I don't understand. Y'all would want to pay for this? Like, he don't even do this. But I went around the school. I was like, this doesn't really make sense. And so I met somebody, and he was a young guy, and he was, I don't know, mid-20s. It was like the first example I saw of somebody that was making like $25,000, $30,000 a month, and it was young. I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
All right, this is interesting because now I could see somebody like, kind of like we were talking about with the clothing line, like the reason a lot of us sometimes strive for that in our communities and stuff like that is because that's the only people we've seen that live that lifestyle.
Yes.
And then for the other demographics that see us, those are the only people they see that do well.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, no, there actually are entrepreneurs that are doing well. And so for me, it was like, I think what throws people off in network marketing is they don't look at it like school. Like, because I didn't go to school, entrepreneurship was my school.
Right,
so
right.
I wasn't like, I got to get rich this year.
Yeah.
I got to get rich this month. I'm like, okay, let me come over here and learn. You know, like we were just talking about, you know, one of the first books I read was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yep.
So, all right, because everybody starts off in network marketing with nobody. Everybody joins in themselves.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I got to learn how to influence other people.
Yeah.
So you learn leadership and you learn how to communicate and you learn. And so all of these skills, like what you'll find, like as you talk to more people, is like a lot of people that are successful have at least been exposed to network marketing in some shape, form, or fashion. And so it's not always just how much money did I make in the company. It's like, well, what skills did you learn?
Yeah.
Who did you connect with? What networks have you started to build?
Yeah.
And those are the conversations that, you know, I start showing people like, hey, listen, even if you don't win here in this company, which a lot of people will win in some shape, form, or fashion,
Right.
you can still win in life if you apply the principles that you learn.
What would you say what are some of the principles that you will learn from network marketing that you will not learn in school?
You know what, you run into, you know, and I didn't go to college, so I don't know for sure, but I do know, like, you know, you meet a lot of people, and like I've presented in some of the most interesting places. Like I've learned how to do presentations in the hood.
Yep.
And I can go to Provo, Utah, with a whole totally different demographic and
Right.
still learn to communicate. And I didn't know how to do that at first. Where I had to switch. You know, I'm still myself.
Absolutely.
But
You're not
you
code
know,
switching, but you're presenting differently.
yeah, you have to, because it's like, you know, one thing you learn from Jesus, he said he became all things to all people.
Come on, man.
So like I normally would dress in a suit all the time, right? And then I told my Achilles right when I joined this company.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I'm about to be comfortable because I can't be wearing a suit and walking around on this boot.
Right.
I remember I went to this college in Alabama. I had a suit on, and the kids was just like, this dude is like the professor. Like I didn't even get the response from them because they weren't registering and connecting with it. And I was like, okay, you know what? Next time I go to the school, I'm gonna have, you know, jeans,
Yeah.
little shirt,
Yeah.
some fly shoes.
Yeah.
Got there, they were like, oh,
Yes.
talk to me some more. So I was like, okay, I learned that, you know, you got to be able to switch it up and adjust to who you're talking to, communicating with. And then, you know, a lot of times, man, I work with younger people. Older people.
Yeah.
And so it's like, now how do I communicate with them? How do you still show them you care? And so, you know, you're talking to people all different backgrounds in a short period of time.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, it's just not, oh, this is my boss or my manager. Like, you know, I could be talking to you and next thing I know, I'm in a different city talking to a whole different demographic of people, nationalities of people, different religious beliefs. And so you start learning a lot about a lot of cultures quickly. And so, yeah, that's one of the things I think you run into. I mean, I learned a lot about money through network marketing because at the beginning, you're not going to be making a lot of money. And so it's really important in entrepreneurship that you're disciplined with your budgets and all that kind of stuff. It's important all the time.
Absolutely.
But at the beginning, it sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people, you know, because people DM me all the time, like, man, I can't wait to be an entrepreneur because everybody hears there's no ceiling on your income,
right?
Which is true,
right?
But what they don't tell you, there's no floor either.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So with a job, sometimes you can only go so low.
Right.
You know, unemployment to kick in, whatever. Entrepreneurship,
nothing.
There's nothing. There's nothing to save you. So you learn, okay, I have to. When times are good, I still got to save.
Yeah.
Because it may not always be that way.
Yeah.
And so you just start learning a lot of these little things along the way. Leadership.
Yeah.
Learn how to believe in yourself. Pour belief in other people.
Yeah.
Communicating with different personalities. I learned a lot about myself because there were people that I didn't connect with personally. And then I realized it's because there were certain personality types that I always had a challenge with. So I had to learn how to adjust myself and become, like I said, all things to all people. It's like, okay, you know, I got to learn how to be able to communicate with them a little bit better.
So let's stay right there because I think the people watching right now, they're hearing you like, yo, dude, he just said something. There are a lot of personality types that I just can't click with. And I need to learn how to click with them. Because if you're going to be successful in life, if you're going to build wealth, I believe, if you're going to start a business, if you're going to get that job promotion, you have to learn how to adapt to different personalities. But before you can adapt to different personalities, you need to know the personalities.
Correct. Yeah.
So can you break that down for us?
Yeah.
What are the different personality types, and what are some of the key things that we should be doing to adapt to different things?
Yeah, I'll give you kind of like the short version because there's a lot of ways that you can learn personalities. I've seen colors.
Yep.
You get the DISC assessment. I've seen animals.
Okay.
I teach by seasons.
Okay.
All right, because it's just it's 4 seasons, so it's real simple.
Is there a link where we can send people to like do a season thing?
Yeah, I have to get it to you. I'll
Get it
send
to
you
me.
a link for it. I think it's like RTP Seasons Mastery or something. I'll find it
And we'll link it. We'll link it in the show notes.
But you go through the assessment, tells you your strengths and weaknesses, and it's really the light version. I'm actually working on some stuff now. We're probably gonna revamp it a little bit to dive deeper.
Okay.
Because I've been studying that so long. But basically, you got your winter personality, your summer personality, your fall, and your spring.
Okay.
And so your winter personalities, these are like your money motivated people. But more than that, they're more direct, to the point. They don't need all the details. They want to know the information. I can get to the facts as soon as possible, right? This kind of short version.
Okay.
Your summer personality, these are, sometimes people say the life of the party, but I don't like to just say that because I'm partially that personality.
Okay.
But a lot of times I don't even like to be the life of the party. I just, you know what I'm saying? I like to connect with people.
Yeah.
And so I know sometimes I have to just go into that mode.
Yeah.
But these are the people that you'll notice a lot of times it's really easy for them to build community and connect with people because they're really, really good with people. The challenge, though, is they're really good at starting things, not really good at finishing things. And so when you're building a business, you may not know this. You're like, okay, why does this person always get started good? They don't know how to finish stuff. And so one part is I have to understand the personalities, but then 2, I have to learn how to show people, hey, look, if you want to win, I got to show you how to add these other components into you so that you can be a more successful person. Your fall personalities, they are more analytical.
Ooh.
So these are going to be the people that like, okay, I show you a presentation. You're going to be asking 50 billion questions. These are the people they tell you they need to do some research. They really going to do some research. And so even in sales, because I did door-to-door sales, call center, stuff like that, you start learning like some of these people do have to study and look up stuff. And so if I try to push you and I don't realize that's your personality, when I'm going to push you away because now you're trying to make me rush a decision that I'm not going to make.
Yeah.
Like there's some people, they go to the dealership, they're not going to buy no matter what you say.
Right.
And so you bring in everybody, trying to talk to everybody like, bro, you're wasting your time. I told you. I'm just going to look this up. But the thing is, here's the thing. That personality type, when they make a decision, it's set.
It's an easy sell.
Yeah. And they don't change it very often.
Right.
Although a summer personality, they're quick to make a decision.
Yeah.
But then they be like, wait a minute.
I
don't like this. And so they'll change it quick as well. And then your spring personalities, they're just more like, they love to serve people. They're like your helpers. They fill in, any community and, that they're the person like, hey, you grab coffee or they'll play the supporter role to whatever.
Okay.
How a lot of people teach personalities though is that they try to, it's almost like, if I'm a winner personality, it's like, okay, that's the one I want to be because they're the drivers, they're money motivated, they're competitive, there's all these different things. But the thing is, all of them have to work together.
Yeah.
And in every good company, organization, you're going to have pieces of all personalities. In fact, all of us have pieces of each personality in us anyway.
Yeah.
But we just have dominant personalities. And so when you start realizing this, so like for me, one of the opposites of a fall is like a summer personality, right? Because a summer personality, they don't need no details.
Nope.
Right? You can tell them, hey man, we going on a cruise. They be like, I bet I'm down. Dubai?
Let's go.
The fall personality, they're gonna be like, I need more details. Give me. And so if I'm a summer person I don't need the details, nor did I ask for the details. Now I'm frustrated because 1, I probably don't even know the details you're asking, and 2, I'm like, why does it even matter?
Right.
I
Let's
said
just
Dubai. When have you ever been to Dubai?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter when I've been.
Right.
Does it fit in my schedule?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have other things that I'm doing that may be more important. So I just need to sit down and make a clear decision. And so when I first got started in sales and communicating with people, I'm like, you know what? You're just not a winner. That's how I would classify it, but that's not it. I had to learn to be a better communicator. Your spring personalities and your winners, they're more opposites.
Yeah.
So give you an example. Like let's say a person is, married. So if I'm a winner personality, how was your day? It was good.
Straight.
Yeah. No problems. Everything was strong. Spring personality, how was your day? Well, started off, I woke up in the morning, got out the bed. Then I was like, you know what? I want to lay back down. But I did it. And so now winner is like, yo, get to the point.
Right.
Good. Are we out of the house? Can we just get into the car? Can you tell me what happened at work? And so sometimes not understanding the personalities or how to recognize their strengths inside of an organization.
Yeah.
You know, because springs are very important, but because they may not be a driver in an organization like a winner, I could overlook them and the value they bring to an organization.
Yeah.
And so how do I still make them feel important and let them know, not even just make them feel, let them know they're important for what they contribute so that now everybody starts working together. And that's really the piece that the new evolution that we're working on right now is going to show how they all work together more.
So I'm a summer guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, every time, it's so funny when I speak, right? When people bring me in to speak, they either want me to be the first speaker or the speaker right after lunch.
Yep.
Because I'm the guy that's going to come in and wake you up.
Yep.
Or if you got that itis after you ate lunch, I'm going to get you back.
Correct.
But man, when I get off the stage, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I want to go home. Don't ask me how my day was.
It's like a different personality.
It's a whole nother personality. Like, don't even say that to me. Like I love turning on, and when I turn on well. But man, like literally, I just spoke at the event with you for David, and literally when I was on the stage, but as soon as I got off, I was ready to go to my room.
Yep.
And I didn't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
When you have personalities like that, right? How do you adjust? How do you build a solid team like what you've built within your network marketing company? Because clearly, like all these personalities, all of us have our weaknesses.
Correct. Yeah.
So how do we still work together with all four of them when it's like, okay, cool, you know, like I just don't. I hate analytics.
Yeah.
I hate it. I know that we need it, but don't tell me, well, hey, Anthony, you need to post this many videos at this time for this amount of time, for this, that. No, just tell me, hey, post 2 videos, go do your thing, boom.
Correct.
And dude, this is probably one of the reasons why I'm still single. That would be real. Because it's like, I'm like you, when I ask you how your day was, don't give me the full situation.
Yeah.
And when she asked me how was your day, it was straight.
Yeah.
Well, what was straight about it? Now you started annoying me.
Yeah.
Now, I told you it was straight. Well, but why do you care what was straight about it?
Right. Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, how did you wake up this morning?
Right. Yeah.
I woke up. You know, like how do we adjust? How do we adjust to different personalities? Because that thing is annoying sometimes.
Yeah, it is. But it's just like understanding, you know, like it's like understanding the heart of a person.
Okay.
Because like because it's how I look at it is like, you know, like you and I are on like different sides of the table.
Yeah.
Right. But like in communication, what you have to do is you got to say, okay, how can we get on the same side of the table? Oh. And so now we're looking at the same challenge, the same problem, the same way. So like when I'm dealing with the analytical personality, I can't look at it like, all right, you want all these details. I'm not trying to give it to you, make a decision. Right. I got to say, okay, let me come over here and let me see. Because you really do need this. You're not asking, because with that person, they're not asking me questions just because they want to ask questions. They really want to know.
Right.
And so who am I to say you don't need to know that?
Okay.
That's a little disrespectful on my part. And so I started like, okay, like we were just talking about with the conversation, it's like, okay, I really don't care about that. But if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody they really care about, that they really care about these things, well, at some point, I do have to care about how you feel.
Yeah.
It just can't be everything, because nothing can be one-sided in a relationship. Not every movie I want to watch, every restaurant I want to go to. Some of it's got to be like give and take.
Yeah.
And so that's what I started to learn more in business. It's like, okay, how can I make us all work together so that there is some symmetry here? And because if you only can, like if I'm only good with 2 personalities, I just cut my income in half.
Come on, bro.
If I'm only good with one, I'm missing out on 75% of the population because I can't connect with them. And so, you know, you look at the strengths. Like I tell you what, if if a bridge was built, I hope that a fall built it.
Absolutely.
You know, airplane to take how that works.
You want that analytical
I
person.
hope that the one that's going to double check and triple check and test it again and stuff like that. I hope a summer didn't build it.
You don't want me to build it.
They just start joking, get off track, come back like, wait a minute, did I connect the
right?
You know, so
Bro.
There's strengths, and so it's like, okay, if I'm the owner of Delta, and maybe I am a summer personality,
Yeah.
well, I still need to have this personality. You know, I got to have flight attendants on deck. Hey, y'all got to communicate in a certain way. That's what some of the stuff we like about Chick-fil-A is like the service. You know, so like they became a big company off of having great service. That means that somebody up there had to be a strong spring personality. Because we want to make sure people feel good. You can, I gotta tell people, man, shoot, you really want to get some training on being a spouse? Go work for Chick-fil-A.
Work for Chick-fil-A.
It's
all about service.
Hey, no matter what you ask for, no problem. You mess with the order, they're not even gonna fight with you. We're sorry. That's our mistake. Let's fix it.
Right.
Go to Burger King? Nah, it's in there, bro. Pull up over there. Did you eat the fries? Because we put them in there. No, I put them in there. I promise you I put them in there. Like, nah, it's not in the bag.
Yo, bro, that's real.
How many condiments do you need? You know, Burger King, just, hey, man, look. 2 more is going to be 50 cents. You just like, so it's just, they've mastered service. And so that's when you start looking at these companies. They like, one of the reasons I think Apple is so good is they got great service.
Absolutely.
You take something there, man, we ain't even fighting about it.
Yep.
Hey, here you go. I'm like, man, that's different because some of these companies, they be fighting over every little component. And you're like, man, this is just a hassle. I don't even want to do business with you. And so when you start understanding this stuff, you'll start recognizing it in so many different places and, you know, down to how they dress and how they communicate and how they talk.
Yeah.
You know, it makes a big difference. I remember, I'll tell you the story. I was in Alabama.
Okay.
And I was doing sales for AT&T at the time.
Okay.
And
selling cell phones or internet?
Home phone service.
Home phone. Oh, this was back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like literally when home phone service went from like percent per minute to long distance. And so yeah, I know it's crazy. But it was an older town. It's I think this was I forget where it was. Montgomery, Birmingham, Mobile, one of them. I think it was Mobile, Alabama. Yeah. And I was talking to this lady. I was like, listen, you know, there's a problem. You know, you're paying percent per minute. And on the new AT&T, you don't have to do that no more. We changed it. You can talk to your family. And so I'm doing all this stuff. And I normally sell good. And I went there, and I think I made $7. It was 100% commission. So I made $7 in commission that day. And I'm talking about normally I would make $200, $300 a day.
Okay.
I'm sitting down. I'm talking to this older lady. This is after my third day there. Second or third day. She's like, baby, you talking too fast. You got to slow it down. And so literally I'm like, okay. Well, ma'am, with the new AT&T, you don't have to pay percent per minute anymore. We've changed things. Now it's unlimited. And so you can talk to all your family and loved ones. And I'm like, in my head, like, oh, my God, is this for real? And then when I finished, she was like, see, baby, that's all you had to say. And I'm like, oh, my God. But then I was like, you know what? Let me try it with the next person. And I started talking real slower, real clear. And everybody was like, yes, we would love to do that. I was like, oh, my God. All I had to do was adjust.
Yeah.
And so I started applying to other areas of my life. I'm like, where else have I been making those adjustments that I've been missing out on money? Because I didn't know how to lay it out to you properly. And so when you learn how to get better at it, it's still a work in progress. Like, I literally study it probably at least an hour a day, just understanding it more and looking for different situations where it applies and stuff like that. And once you get it, it makes you to become, one, a better speaker.
Yep.
Because, you know, that's why, like you just said, what's funny is you're actually doing it because what you're saying is I don't naturally like to be like that all the time, but I know how to turn it on in this environment because that is what makes this work over here.
Right.
Whereas some people, you see them sit down and they're like really, you know, monotone and just and it's like all right, man, well, we got to figure out where to put you because if you're not dynamic and really know your stuff, and you know, it's just not going to draw people to you. So yeah, man, it's special.
One of the things I heard you say, and you guys have heard me say this on the show before, is if you're going to be successful, if you're going to build true and lasting wealth, you have to work with other people. You have to work with other situations. And one of the things I'm learning is you have to learn, because you said adjust. And my father taught me when growing up, said if you're going to go anywhere in this world, you have to learn how to adapt, adjust, and overcome.
Yep.
And it sounds like what you're saying is what helped you make more money, what helped you make more sales, what helped you build a successful team was you adapted and you adjusted to different personality types.
Yeah.
And sometimes you had to overcome some of the obstacles and the struggles that come with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's so true. Man, I remember one of the things I tell people all the time is like, yo, adapting and adjusting is going to be hard, but the easiest way to do that, right, is get in the environment before you have to be in the environment to learn the environment.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I never spoke at y'all's event before. So I was like, all right, I don't know about this event. So let me just go in there, sit in the back, and just soak it up.
Yeah.
I'm watching you on stage. I'm watching David on stage. I'm watching this environment. I'm like, all right, cool. All right. Okay, all right.
You were asking questions too. You're like,
Asking questions, bro.
Yeah.
Asking, learning. I'm in the back. Like Michelle Williams was there. She was doing the same thing as me. Me and her both were sitting in the back.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there asking me, so what do you like about this organization? And it was telling me, okay, what do you do? What you love? Okay. And then when you were sitting there talking about personalities and communication and stuff, dude, people were locked into you. So I'm like, okay, so they like the way he's presenting. I was like, okay. All right, bet, I'm seeing. So I think that's just so key, man, is you can't walk into anywhere, into your job, into a business, into a relationship, and just say, this is who I am, and you have to take me for this.
Right, yep.
Without having the willingness to adapt and adjust.
Yeah. Look, check this out. I'm even thinking about it now. This is going to apply to even money.
Oh,
because
now we can go there.
Yeah, because your falls, they're going to save more.
Yeah. Okay. Let me write that down.
They're going to be more like, they're going to be more analytical on how they spend money. They're not going to be emotional spenders.
So they're going to be what I call the true budgeters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because they're going to have the budget down, the calculating. They're going through everything, all the numbers, double checking, making sure it's right.
Would you say that the falls will they break the budget? You think? Like if something's like if the budget is $100 and it came up to $105.
Yeah, no, they're staying.
I love it. All right.
Your summers,
Yeah.
they're gonna blow money.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'm a summer guy.
Yeah.
Now I stick to the budget.
I've learned
that
that if I want to be successful, I've got to be more on the fall side of this money side.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then so your summers, they're not going to be really. They're going to be the people that touch their emergency fund for a vacation.
Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it.
$1,000 is not going to be for an emergency. Hey, you know what? There is an emergency. We need some bottles. Hey, send it over here. You know what I'm saying? We need to have it happen.
So the
right?
summer's gonna be like, yo, all right, bet. You said Dubai? All right, bet. Let me go to the emergency
Yep,
account.
I'm touching it
bet.
because for them that's a priority, right?
Yeah.
Having a good time, but just also connecting with people and have like they may pay for a meal that they don't need to pay for.
Come on.
Because like I'm connecting, I'll make an excuse why I need to do it.
Yeah.
Your winners, they're gonna make the money.
Yeah.
They definitely gonna make it. They may not know what to do with it though. So their whole drive is like they're really money motivated.
Okay.
So they gonna make it. They're gonna be your people that want to make the most. In relationships, they're gonna be looking for people that make a lot of money because that's their source of security.
Pause. Pause. Winner.
Yeah.
So that sounds like most ladies. They looking for the man.
Yeah, they're looking for the winner personalities, dominant, make money, do it. And that's why a lot of people look for that in relationships, because it also brings security though.
It does.
And then your springs. I'm thinking about this now. I think your springs would be. They could be a challenge if there's the spouse, but they would pretty much go with any of them. Like if I'm married to a summer. Okay, I'll support you in that. If I'm married to a fall, I'm gonna support the budget.
They're just very supportive.
They're just gonna be a supportive whatever
works.
it is.
Yeah.
But they may not have any structure for their own money either. The only challenge they may have is that they'll hurt themselves to help somebody. Ooh. And so the summers will break the budget for fun.
Yeah.
The springs will break the budget to help people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bro, that's good. Cause you know how many people I've mentored? Ooh, see, I'm about to step on someone's toes.
Yep.
I think a lot of parents, when their kids get older, on the money side of things, turn into spring.
Yeah.
They'll pay for their kids to go to college before they actually max out their retirement funds.
Mm-hmm.
They'll sacrifice their future, their platform, their savings account so that their son or daughter can go to school and have this experience. When their son and daughter doesn't even have good grades.
We gotta work on this, bro, because this is like a good.
Bro, this is solid. We need to do like a whole show on just this.
Yeah.
Bro, and how do you work with it?
Mm-hmm. Because now in relationships, not only in communication, But now I could be having problems because we have a different view on money.
We're not aligned.
We're not aligned. But if I don't understand, okay, you know, it's not a problem with you giving, but we can't hurt people to give. You ain't gonna get it. Because you can be like, well, but we have it. Well, we don't. Like, the fall is gonna be like, but we don't have it. But it's sitting there.
Right.
So we can't help them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, but I want to have some fun. Like, we've been saving. It ain't been fun for a while. So it's like, I'm really thinking about this now. That could really have an impact on finances in a relationship.
No, huge. You need to break this down.
Yeah.
Like, especially in y'all's company. Like, that's important to know because, you know, your team, y'all's company is producing, I mean, millionaires.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the last thing you want is different personality types to, we're making this money, but then now we're either blowing it all, or we're not enjoying a little bit of it, or we're not giving some of it, or there's no structure to the money.
Yeah. And that's what I had to learn, bro, in entrepreneurship. That's one of the things I learned from network marketing. One of the changing points in my life was I realized one day I had more money in my closet than I had in my bank account.
Whoa. I heard you say that. And I didn't get the chance to talk to you when I got off the stage.
Nah, as I was like,
now, do you have more money in your bank account now?
Oh, by far. It's not even close.
I was about to say, because if you're making $100,000 plus a
not
month and you still don't have more money in your savings account, I was about to say, hey, cut the show.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Now, check this out. Guess what? As you make more money, it don't, like, I've noticed even with people that I know, they'll have more money in their driveway than they have in their bank account.
Absolutely.
So now it goes from the closet to the driveway.
Yeah.
Some people in jury, I'm like, but you can never go that far. And I learned it. Fortunately, I'm glad I learned that lesson with clothes early.
Yes.
Because now I'm just like, there's a lesson in every season, and it'll repeat itself if you don't pick up the lesson. And so my lesson was, all right, when you get this money, Justin, I know you may feel like you need to buy those shoes, but now my life, everything is set on savings goals. Like, so my first Rolex, I didn't buy it until I saved 6 figures.
Ooh.
I was like, Dave, when should I buy it? And this, you know, David and Maniti, that was talking about, he was like, well, you save 6 figures, go get it. I was like, bro, at the time I was making $30,000 a month. The watch was 23. I'm like, bro, save for 2 months, it's done. My financial advisor said the same thing. She's like, nope, you don't have enough money yet. And I'm like, I don't understand how y'all keep saying I don't have the money. I do. I have it.
Yeah.
But then when I did it, it was funny. I was like, man, I really don't even want to spend the money. Like, because by the time I got the 6-figure sale, I was like,
bro, listen,
I don't really want to spend it like this.
It's like, do I really need it?
Yeah, it's like, But, you know, I was cool because jewelry, I still has the value in it. A lot, like most all my jewelry is worth more now. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm cool with it. But it still was a different mindset. But, so literally everything I have now is all the savings goal.
But I like what you said, man, because I love how you said that, because and CJ, put me on this camera. I want them to see my eyes. This is a guy who makes $1 million plus a year at 35, right? And listen to what he said. I had more money coming in than the cost of the actual jewelry that I wanted to purchase, but I waited until I could afford to buy it like 3 times. Mm-hmm. He had 6 figures in his account before he went and purchased it. Now let's bring it back down to the average person like you all. Why do you have a Louis Vuitton purse that's $2,000 and you don't even have $2,000 in your savings account?
Talk about it.
When a man he just sat here and said he was making 30 grand a month, and the watch was 25. He was like, yo, I could have got it easy. Mm-hmm. But his mentor, David, said, yo, great, put 6 figures. His financial advisor said, cool, great. Wait, put 6 figures in your savings account. Then go get it. But some of y'all got a Louis Vuitton purse. Some of y'all got the red bottoms. And you don't have red bottom money.
Right.
Why do you think that's so important, bro, for us to live, and some people don't really like the term live below, but it is kind of below. Mm-hmm. But it's like you're living within your means.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jay-Z said it too. It's like, hey man, if I can't buy it 3 times, I just won't buy it. Mm-hmm. You know, as a guy who's built wealth now, you're making clearly a lot of money. And bro, just from seeing where the ground that you're on, pretty soon you're gonna be making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a month. I met, what's his name? Bryce. Mm-hmm. He does $750,000 a month minimum. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool, great. That's God.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah.
But as you get that money, do you ever get the urge to just go ball out, and then you have to come back and be like, no, let me rethink that?
Yeah, you definitely have the urges. There's certain times, but so what I do is like typically like 10% a month I could just blow on what I want to.
Yeah.
A month. That's just like my number. So some months what I'll do is I'll save up that 10% and then I'll go do something in 90 days or I just get really locked in working and I'm like, okay, I'm not spending no money right now.
Right.
But you have to fight those urges because you still have other things like there's this thing called taxes.
Absolutely.
That still has to be
real.
paid. Right. And then at this point I also have responsibility not only to, myself, but I have people that work for me at this point.
Yep.
I own other companies now and I'm like, if I just live, because people can live check to check on a higher level.
Absolutely.
And that's the challenge a lot of people have, and that's why they can't build wealth long term, is because they have income but no cash flow.
Yeah.
So it's like you still gotta have some cash flow there to create the income.
Oh, bro, say that again. People have the income but no cash flow. That just went over people's head.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? How can you have income and still no cash flow?
Well, here's how I look at it. Right, income is how much you make.
Yep.
Okay, that's what most of us are taught. And so, we're looking up careers. It's like, well, how much does this make? How much does this career make? How much does this make? When we get in business, how much does this person make? Well, cash flow is not just how much you make, but it's how long does it last when you get it.
Come on, man.
So let's say you like, okay, Justin makes $1 million a year. Man, that's great. But then you find out my expenses are $2 million. You like, well, my brother look good, but he's broke. His cash flow is only good for 6 months. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things I like that you teach is, you're really teaching people cash flow, because now a person can be making $80,000 a year.
Yes.
But if their expenses are $40,000, now their cash flow is good for 2 years.
Absolutely.
One of them gives you the ability to create long-term sustainable wealth.
Absolutely.
The other one, you're on a path for destruction.
Yeah.
Quickly. Maybe take a year or 2 years, but it's going to happen because you're not doing the right things with your money, and that's why I think. Even when you look at the clothing designs, like that's what we see. So entertainers, what do they do? They went to buy the cars. They went to do all the stuff, but a lot of them, it's never that stuff is wrong. It's when are you doing it?
Right.
And what's paying for the thing that's doing it? And
So
a lot of people, they're doing it so early.
Yeah.
Because what we've learned to do it, well, when I say we, it's like people that look like me, it's like we buy the appearances of wealth.
Yep.
The things that make us feel good, because we want you to know, like, okay, shoot, I'm making some money.
Right.
In some shape, form, or fashion, even if I don't have it.
Right.
So we've been taught, and I get it, like the fake it till you make it thing, but it's like at some point you gotta, you just gotta make it, so you don't gotta fake it.
Yeah, boy, oh my God. Oh, bro, this is good. This is good. Listen, I want to make sure that I say this now before we move on, because I really want to live on this whole income and cash flow thing. But before we move forward, you guys, I really want to make sure that you all remember every single month, I am challenging us to read one book a month. And because Justin is here and because we're talking about leadership and communication style, here's the book of the month that is brought to you by Short Form. And the book is going to be How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Let's run it.
Because, you know what I'm saying, this book, I was talking to Justin before the show. He said that was the first book that he read when he got into the business world. And I think I totally agree with him, because that was the first book that naturally, I was a part of a network marketing company back in the days called Prepay Legal, and now they're called Legal Shield. And I'll never forget, on the stage, one of the influential people in that company his name is Darnell Self.
Yep.
And
he lives here actually, right?
Yeah, he does. Mm-hmm. And Darnell said, hey, man, this is the book that changes your life. It will teach you how to communicate to people, how to win friends over, how to win people over as your friend. And when they become your friend, it's an easy sell.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, great. But then I applied that to everyone, to relationships, to business relationships, to sales at the time. I mean, and I really want to encourage you, if you're struggling with really building relationships, whether that's on your job, in your career field, within your business, if you're in sales, even with your relationship, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your regular relationships, you need to get this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And it will change your life. Now, it is a thick book. This is why I partnered with Short Form. What I love about Short Form is they're going to actually give you a PDF that's about 10 pages long. They're going to give you 2 PDFs. You can choose 10 pages long, or you can get like a 20-page one. It's a short one and a long one. And they literally go through the whole book, and they break down all the main major stuff that you need to take away from. I suggest that you get the full book, right? Get on Short Form, Click the link in the show links. Click the link in the show description. There's a huge discount there. And I'm telling you right now, read the short version. And if you love the short version, read the long version. And if you love the long version, read the full book. And what I love about short form is too, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions to get your brain thinking about yourself and really get that brain activating. Because remember, we're maximizing this year, 2022. And we have to read, we have to be readers. If we're going to build wealth, if we're going to eliminate debt, if we're going to start businesses, if we're going to maximize this year, we got to grow our business. Remember, mind your business. 2 things, stay other people's business and grow this business because your mind is your number 1 asset. So click the link in the show description, short form, get the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I'm telling you right now, it will change your life. That's the book we are reading this month. All right. So, bro, no income, no cash flow. Mm-hmm. It's so funny, man. I sat down, and I'm trying to say this right because I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone and hint to anyone. I can say this. So I recently sat down with a multimillionaire. I think this particular individual does about $2 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. And this particular individual came to me and said, hey, I do not know how to really maximize this $2 million. And I'm looking at this person like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. Like, how do I budget? And he was like, can you sit down and look at my income? Mm-hmm. I was like, sure. And when I sat down and look at this particular individual's income, all income coming in, but all of it and then some was going out.
Yep.
And I was like, how do you make $2 million a year and you do not have nothing to show for it? You do not have a cash flow. You don't have a savings account. You don't have an investment account, but has 5 cars.
Yeah.
Paid for. Mm-hmm. Has a beautiful home and a beautiful a townhome on the beach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what's going on? Mm-hmm. When it comes to building success, man, when it comes to building true wealth, what have you learned to be some of the ingredients? So outside, because you're talking about learning about communication and communicating and building a team. So that's one. But what is another thing what is one ingredient, what is one key that someone needs to have to build wealth?
I would definitely say patience. Patience is important. Delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Is really important. Those 2 primarily because everybody wants things fast. And I get it, who wants to do it slow? I get that too. But that's just not the way it works, I did this training one time and I was in, and I think this is the number, but what I asked everybody was like, how long does it take for an apple tree to grow? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the numbers were different. It was like, I don't know, a year, 2 years. Some people was like 3 years. I think the number is 6 years. You may have to check it, but okay. I think it's 6 years that it takes to grow. Yeah. Well, the thing is, if I don't know that's how long it takes for an apple tree to grow once I plant the seed. Yeah. Well, if I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, I thought it was supposed to grow in a year. I'm tripping on something that ain't supposed to happen for another 5 years anyway. Yeah. And so that's what's throwing people off when it comes to success is because they want it to happen faster, not knowing that, like, it's still going to take some time. How much time? I don't know. It depends on the seed, which is you.
Absolutely.
How well have you grown? How well have you applied principles and stuff that you have? And so people don't have that. And then delayed gratification is like kind of what we're talking about with the watch. Is like I actually felt better when I did it at the right time versus paying for it, your account going down to 0, and then you still don't have the money, but you got to watch you look good. I'd rather have the money and not have the thing at this point in my life because I know what I get like. Bro, I got tired of like looking good and being broke.
Absolutely.
It's frustrating. Like you want to go out to eat and you got to check your app. You know what I'm saying? Just, all right, we good. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, cool. Hey, just put on a card.
Right.
And take care of it. And that was it. So I think that's important. Having good mentorship.
Yep.
Is really, really important. You know, and a good mentor. Like I think you got to find one that's responsible and that can help you get to where they are. You know, David's helped me a lot with that because he's done extremely well, and he doesn't allow you to make the same mistakes that he's made. You know, everybody makes mistakes, but if you listen, you eliminate mistakes. Like, there's people in my business, like, you know, shout out to Malcolm and Brittany and Vince, some of these other gentlemen. Paris. People like, I'm like, man, I'm getting calls, man. I saved my first 6 figures. I'm like, the goal at first was to make 6 figures.
Right.
Now we're not even celebrating. I mean, I still celebrate it.
Absolutely.
But man, okay, man,
You got 6 figures in the account.
put my first $250,000. Man, that's what's up. Wow. You know, and they're 2 of the 3 are in their early 20s. One of them's a little bit older. Wow. But I'm like, man, that's what's up to be able to put yourself in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And it's because I listened to my mentor.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, well, all I'm doing is teaching y'all what I've done and what I've been able to do. And if you just copy that, then what'll happen is if you learn it faster, you'll actually get the results a lot faster than the mentor did if you apply it that fast.
Yeah.
You know? So,
dude, you it's that 33% rule, and I see it with you. You know what I'm saying? I literally watched the weekend I spoke with you. I watched how y'all move. David sows into you. Then I watch you sow into your team. So it was like, I'm looking at you. All right, you're looking up. David, teach. Give me wisdom. Cool, great. So you're spending 33% of your time is with David. Hey, teach, give me. And you're serving him. You know what I'm saying? And then I see you and like Bryson and all the people, y'all on the same level. Y'all like, hey, yo, look, what are you learning? What are you getting? What are you getting? Okay, how do we help? Okay, well, you're doing this. Okay, cool, great. Then it's like, yo, you're not going down. Like, people are not beneath you.
Yeah.
But you're like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm learning. I'm gonna give you that same information.
correct.
So you can get on this level with me financially.
Correct.
And I think oftentimes people struggle with that. They're only looking to get the information, to keep it for themselves, to just grow by themselves. And what I love about you, man, is I'm seeing that you want to serve, you want to do life, and then also you want to serve and help others come out.
Yeah, no, that's a requirement, bro, because it's like one that takes humility.
Yeah.
It takes humility to still be able to serve. You know, it was funny. Somebody in my family had hit me up, and it was all off of positive things. So there's 3 scenarios I'm gonna give you, right?
Okay.
Things that have happened, right? That the wrong person can kind of throw them off. The first thing was, David comes in town. I pick him up from the airport. I take him wherever he needs to go.
Yeah.
And they were like, I mean, at this point, shouldn't somebody else be doing that, Justin? You're already a millionaire. You've already made millions of dollars. I'm like, why would I stop?
Right.
This is what got me where I'm at.
Right.
But if I don't know any better, I would, if somebody didn't know any better, they start listening to a person like that. And they're like, yeah, you're right. Somebody else should be doing this, but I don't need to be carrying his bags. We're at the mall. I carry his bags. I'm like, hey, bro, don't worry about it. I got that.
Yeah.
We go out to dinner. A lot of times, it depends. Sometimes if David got like 50 people there, I'm like, Dave, you got that one. I know my budget. I'm evaluating the situation.
Right.
Hey, Dave, I got this one because I want you to know that I'm just not here to take from the scenario because you got to pour into your mentor too. You got to sow into them. And so I'm always doing something or doing gifts or pouring in because that's an important part of not just having a mentor, but one thing I teach on is being a mentee.
Yeah.
There's not enough people teaching on what I call menteeship.
Ooh.
Like, how do you become a good mentee? Because everybody wants mentorship, but they don't have any menteeship.
Ooh.
And so we teach people that. So you got that scenario. There was another scenario because a lot of people don't like network marketing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And I get that. But what I love about network marketing, bro, is that first of all, like I started this business for $195.
$195.
When at the time it was $145 a month. The highest has been is $175 a month. Right?
Okay.
So I calculated my monthly fees over the last almost 4.5 years. I've paid total almost about $9,000. Total.
To run your business today.
Yeah, to run like the membership and stuff like that. Now that doesn't include flights, hotels, meals and stuff like that. Right. But the cost of running the business.
Right.
And that's low because look, bro, I mean, you got
absolutely
that's cheap.
That's really cheap.
The overhead of the business. And
Right.
then guess what? When I want to grow and when I want to expand, I got a group in Australia. I've never been to Australia.
Yeah.
I don't have to set up anything else over there to do it. And so it's a great place for a person to come in, inexpensive, learn skills, learn how to communicate, learn sales, learn leadership, all these different things. And it don't cost you a lot of money to learn these lessons. Yeah. And guess what? If you got a job, you can do it while you got a job.
Yeah.
It's a good write-off. It's a lot of things, home-based business. But I had somebody else in my family. They were like, Justin, this was like a month after I started the business. Justin, you ever talk to your uncle about that? I'm like, about what? Well, that business, because I know what you're doing. You should just talk to him. I'm like, well, did he win with it? And they were like, well, no, that's why you need to talk to him. I'm like,
Well, why do I
no,
do that?
that's why I don't need to talk to him. Like, where else do you go? Like, that's the thing sometimes about money and failures. Like, we want to talk to the person that didn't do it instead of listening to the person that did it.
Did do it.
Like, if I'm listening to you,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, this person is living and teaching what he's really doing what he's saying. Like, are there other ways to save money budget? Yeah, but
Absolutely.
if you're the mentor, if you're the
Right.
person, I'm tuning into your show and I'm listening to you, why am I going to listen to the person that don't even have $1,000 saved to go back and forth with them about with somebody that has money, that just bought their dream car, doing all this stuff? Like, where does it make sense?
I ain't paid him to say that.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? but it's true, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
like it's evidence. Like the consistency showing, like all the stuff you're doing. I'm like, where does this make sense?
Right.
But I'd learned some of that stuff I developed in my business
Yeah.
because you have all these different mindsets that are trying to tell you. Like I've had people like, Justin, you should just go out and do this. 'Cause, you don't need David. I'm like, listen,
Whoa.
mind your business.
Right. Yeah.
What do you need? Like you ain't gonna trick me out my spot because you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Exactly.
The last scenario was another person in my family, really cool. And like my family's very like spiritual.
Yeah.
Right. Like I grew up Jehovah's Witness, it's Christianity, right?
Yeah.
So, I remember I set up my YouTube like videos, right? Motivational videos. And you put your description.
Right.
So I'm like entrepreneur, investor, blah, blah, blah. Youth minister was last.
Yeah.
And my one of my uncles, he was just like, let me ask you something, man. The video was good, but why did you put God last?
What?
I was like-
I get that same.
I said, wait. I said, I'm tripping because I'm like, man, it's on there. Why are we even tripping? So I didn't, but I'm respectful. But one of the things
Right.
I teach people is like, you do have to learn how to defend your dreams. Because if you don't, people will talk you out of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm cool because I've learned I don't have to go back and forth with you. I can just agree and we can move on. But as I'm leaving my mom's house, I've got more than one uncle that's a barber, so I ain't pointing any one person out.
Yeah.
But he's like, yo, Justin, you around a lot of people. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, here's my card. I want you to, he's like, just take a couple cards you can just pass out to people. I was like, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
I get the card, and it says Master Styler, Master Barber and Stylist. I said, yo, Aunt. He said, what's up? I said, man, I don't see God on here nowhere. Because based on what you just told me, God supposed to be on your business card too. But he was like, I see what you did there. I was like, all I'm saying is, like, this is your business card.
Yes.
Social media, that's my business card.
Right.
YouTube, that's my business card.
Right.
That's not my spirituality.
That is so good.
That's not can it be a ministry? Yes, but I'm at work.
Yeah.
And what you interpret as fun and social media is like, this is what I do today.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? Like, he's like, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing about it no more. You're right.
Absolutely.
And so you start learning how to do stuff like that with people, but also with finances.
Yes.
And so you start learning how to defend your position instead of allowing other people to change you. And so that's what I say about leadership, is because leadership is influence.
Yeah.
And so I have to be able to get people to say, you're not going to change my mindset on something that I know is right.
Right.
Now, I got to be humble if I'm wrong.
Right.
But if I know it, I'm like, no, you're not about to change what I think about this. I don't care if you call this a scam or not. I know it's not.
Yeah.
I've already done my research.
Yeah.
Now, are there some bad people? Yes, in network marketing, but aren't there bad people everywhere?
Everywhere, bro.
You talk to musicians, most of them feel like they got scammed.
Absolutely.
But do we say that the music industry is a scam?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
But why is that? I mean, that's what, like, Kanye's doing this thing right now. Why? He's like, man, artists aren't making enough money. They're making 12% of what the revenue that's coming in. So to him, it is a scam because why? The people at the top making what?
Yeah.
All the money.
All the money.
They don't like the other platforms because they're like, man, they're taking all the money. Well, so what you got to learn is say, okay, how can I, in this environment, learn how to maximize this for me and take the positives and realize that in every industry, there are bad people and there are bad companies.
Yes.
There's bad people and bad companies every place. And so I've just learned to take the good with the bad and just realize this is a great place for a person to start.
Yeah.
To create the cash flow, to create the income, because the reality is most people, we're not getting a loan. Like I'm not going to get, like the companies I've started, it came from the cash flow from this business, and then I just reinvested back into those business started so it can make me more money.
So you were the bank.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still the bank.
Still the bank. Yeah. Still the bank. Yeah. Black man. He the bank.
One day we're going to start our own, but
Bruh.
that's coming. You know what I'm saying? That's coming. You know?
Yo, I love it, man. You know, as we're coming to the end of the show, man, one of the things I'm really teaching, I'm really focusing on this year, the year 2022, is teaching single people how to maximize their single season, right? As a single man, don't know your current dating situation. What would you say is one of the hardest things? You're successful, you're wealthy, you're living where you want to live, you're driving the cars you want to drive. As a non-married man, what do you think is one of the things is difficult as a successful black man when it comes to the dating world?
One is expensive.
It's expensive.
Dating?
Yeah.
Very expensive. You know,
Okay.
the meals,
Yeah.
flights,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Right? So that it can take from your future if you're not careful, right?
Well, they do take from you.
Yeah, no, it definitely. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's worth it.
It
Sometimes
does,
it's
man.
not.
Let's be real, man.
Nah,
Because these guys out here dropping, you know, money.
Yeah, but it's changing. Like I don't see as many flyouts as I saw last year.
No.
You know, it was a lot of people on trips, and
Oh, yeah.
I am not seeing a lot of that in 2022. I saw a lot of
Yeah.
it was. I could tell there was a supply and demand situation because it was some people on some trips that I'd never seen them before. I said, "Yo, you get food up?" No, but what I will say is that you know the challenge. I think anybody that has some type of success is it just about the money? Especially when it's public, it's like, and so for me, it's like I almost to a point where like if I feel that it's about the money,
Yeah.
it's an instant turnoff.
Oh, yeah. I feel you.
Instant, like
Instant.
okay, that's what you're here for,
Right.
And like, because the person can play the game. Like I've seen people that can play the game, but it always comes out.
Absolutely.
I can see it sometimes. It's where you sit on the plane,
Right.
where we go eat,
Right.
the hotels we go, like,
Right.
because I have to see how a person operates in every environment.
Every environment.
Because I came up through those environments.
Yeah.
And so, and I've seen sometimes I sit down with people like they be ordering stuff they would never order by themselves.
Absolutely.
I'm like, wait a minute now. Hey, let me get your finest. Your finest what? Let me understand it. I mean, I don't say that out loud because I'm not tripping. Because the thing is,
See, I would say it out loud, though.
because I can. But guess what? That might just be that last. Like, oh, that's just enjoy your last supper. You know what I'm saying?
That's the wildest. Man said, okay, it's your last supper. All right. Go back to McDonald's tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's tough. But I think if you can find somebody that you can build with, it's something that's special. I think that's what most people that have any type of success, not just monetary success, but they want to be able to build something with somebody.
Yeah.
And anybody that's come from where we come from, like you have to work hard to get it, and so you can't just frivolously give it away on things that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me, I look at you know, that, you know, for persons willing to invest into themselves.
Yep.
How they're growing. Those are the things that's important to me. And a lot of people, believe it or not, bro, they're not. You know, I talk to a lot of guys that are successful, and it's like sometimes you have people that are just, you know, have these standards, but it's like, you know, I get that. I know you want somebody that makes X, Y, and Z, but what do you bring to the table? And I don't think that's an unfair conversation because it's...
Do you think a woman should bring something to the table?
Something, yeah.
Financially or spiritually? But so you're saying something
absolutely.
financially?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're single, because how are you living right now?
God, don't.
I mean, 'cause at some point...
Where's she living at home with her mom and dad?
Yeah. I think, you know, I'm 35 now, so I feel like a person should definitely live on their own before they get in a relationship because you don't respect bills getting paid. You don't respect not having the weight on the show. We're just having a conversation because I have some friends of mine.
Yeah.
And they have money. They're like, bro, but I want a guy that will take care of me so I don't have to spend my money. And I'm like, so you want him to spend his money? Like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'll invest it to you. I work with you and stuff
Right.
But no.
Nah, not dating.
No.
So you keep all your money for you. That's about you. So that means up top, well, not up top, up front, you're selfish, and you want me to marry a woman who is selfish. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no. They gotta be able to give. You know, the same thing. But I think there are women out there that are willing to do. I know because sometimes you have conversations like this. There's like women like, no, I'm willing to invest in my man and do the same thing that I'm doing for the other person. I can do as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, but is that even smart though?
Yeah.
just because you can buy this, should you though?
Yeah.
You know, should you be buying this gift for somebody when you can't really do it? Like, let's be smart about like different things. And so I've learned to like just take time and because that was I you know was in a previous relationship and that was a big challenge in it. It was like discrepancies of like just financial situation and supporting. You know, I was in a relationship one time, bro. Like, because entrepreneurship has its ebbs and flows.
Absolutely.
And they were like, you know, shoot, if you don't have enough balls to take care of a family, you should never be in this situation. I'm like, wait a minute, now you ain't had to work ever. You know what I'm saying? You gonna talk to me like that?
Yo, you set up like, hold up, wait, whoa.
Feel like Denzel, you gonna do this to me? Dang, you gonna do this to me? But I stay constant. I said, bet, okay, cool. I'm gonna make sure I ain't in this situation no more. But and again, money management came out of that kind of stuff. But like you learn, and you looking for. I think most of anything, if I think a person should look for a teammate.
Oh, that's so good. I agree.
You know, because a teammate means we gotta be on the same playbook.
Right.
It's not just we got each other's back. That's not it. A teammate is like, hey, this is the play.
Yep.
You know, I always say run the play. So this is the play for this season. We got to save, we got to invest, we got to do this.
Yeah.
Real estate, whatever. That's the play for the season. Now I need us to make sure we're working together on this.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, look, we ain't gonna eat no more junk food, and so we gotta be on the same page. We ain't gonna be doing this. We're not gonna be doing that, and we gonna keep it together. So those are some of the things I look for. And then like spiritually, I think you gotta have an alignment there.
Yeah.
And like because. You know, I know I didn't make myself, and I ain't just come from nowhere. Like somebody created me, and so you know, for me, those are things because life you grow, and you don't have somebody that's like constantly growing with you, financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. If you don't grow together, eventually you grow apart. So,
dude, what's one book outside of How to Win Friends and Influence People that you would suggest people read? What are you reading?
Right now, so it's a couple things. I always read something on leadership and belief. Those are like two things David told me. He's like, bro, just study those two things. You'll make a lot of money.
Right.
And so Science of Getting Rich is a really good book.
Ooh.
I really like that one. It helped me with it talks about like gratitude and, you know, your mindset when it comes to goals. Science of Getting Rich is really good. I listen to that probably like once every 60 days. I used to listen to it all day, every day for like a whole year.
Okay.
And then John Maxwell has a book, Developing the Leaders
Edge
Within You.
Oh, okay.
And Developing the Leaders Around You. Those are really good. And then, you know, Anthony ONeal has a couple good books out there. You know what I'm saying?
I got a couple.
See, because money's a big important. I teach people like money. For those of y'all that's listening as entrepreneurs, like money can help you in your entrepreneurship career.
Absolutely.
You get your finance. Like some people don't do well because their money's wrong.
Yeah.
And so for some people it motivates them, but other people it distracts them because now they got to start hustling.
Yep.
Now they got to start moving funny.
Yep.
Why? Because they didn't do the right stuff with their money. Now they got to start hustling.
So good.
So money's important. So those are two books. I always read something like Science of Getting Rich, John Maxwell, and just always developing that side.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna drop that information below, and make sure you go check him out on short form, because I mean that'll help you out, man. That'll definitely help you out. Yo, bro, this has been such a dope conversation. We got to do another show though around the personalities.
No, we definitely got to do that
on money.
Yeah.
So we need to set that up.
Yeah, no, that's a done.
Like we need to make that like a teaching segment.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, bro, literally, we'll talk about off camera. Yeah, definitely need to do.
No, I'm serious. Like
yeah.
that's a whole situation right there. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sitting here like, man, while you were talking, I was in the back of my head, I was like, yo, he got something there. Mm-hmm. Because I think people right now are saying, yo, can y'all do a little bit more teaching on the money thing?
Right.
Like I know y'all. I feel you. I understand you. Mm-hmm. But we gonna make that happen because I think if we can help people understand their personalities and how it's attached to relationships, how it's attached to their careers, and how it's attached to money, and how they can bring it all together and win together.
Yep.
Oh man, that just makes a stronger person. Mm-hmm. But man, I appreciate you for coming by, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you having me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, amazing, man. You got an amazing platform, the way you serve and help out all the time, and you were just genuine. I mean, because really, we connected at the event, the speech, and it's just like, I just want people to know, like, as genuine as they see you on social media and on the internet, it's the same person,
Dude.
in person. So
That's you too,
appreciate
brother.
man.
Nah, that's you too, brother. That man sent me a whole box of clothes, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see me rocking a lot of this free gear. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, look good though, man. You look fly.
Oh, I love it, brother. It fits me good too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Show them shows that I do leg day. You know,
Yeah.
the sweat show that I do not skip over leg day.
Oh my God.
Yo, man, I'm gonna drop all his information in the show description. Please follow him on Instagram. If you're into network marketing and if you're looking for a good team to join, a good company to join, what him and his leader, David and Monty, and that great team over there is doing is great. You know, network marketing is not my thing anymore, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you definitely will learn a lot. You definitely can make a lot of money. And I love what he said up front. Like, hey, you're not gonna make a lot of money up front, but if you stick to the process, eventually you will be making 6 figures a month, like what this brother is doing. And so we'll drop that information below. Check it out. And if you do anything, connect with him. Listen to his wisdom, listen to his knowledge, and send him a DM and let him know you found him on the table with AO. And I promise you will enjoy it. Don't forget, How to Win Friends and Influence People is the book that we're reading this month. Check it out in short form. And make sure that if you're single and you're watching this and you're really ready to maximize your single season, we're going to open up some slots today specifically. And so go to click the show links. Well, click the link in the show description and check that out as well. Come join us because we're helping single people maximize their single season. Really lay that foundation so you can start building wealth, so you can start eliminating your debt, so you can start starting that business. All right, it's your boy AO. Man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. We'll see you next week. Peace out.